It started as a proposal by the city to raise the sales tax to 9%. And the original proposal was only going to give the schools a 0.5%, but not immediately, 0.5% down the road when our schools are in dire need of like repair. You wouldn't believe some of the repairs that some of these schools need and have needed for a long time. And so I think as it started with a small group of citizens and it's kind of changed into a movement, and not for movement's sake, it's for our city, the betterment of our city, the betterment of our kids. And we basically said like 9% is not enough. If we're going to raise the tax, let's raise it to 9.5%. You know, and I've even talked with other citizens and even business owners in Guntersville who are for more than 9.5%. Some of them are for 10%. I mean, you know, a lot of them believe in what we're trying to do for our kids, and we have a high school that's been there for more than 50 years. You know, a lot of this stuff we've said till we're blue in the face, but it seems like it's not getting through to the council. And one of the biggest things that we talked about in a recent meeting is like we're trying to figure out what is the pushback. We haven't gotten, I guess, solid evidence or solid arguments of why they are so reluctant to go another 0.5%. And we really think that 0.5% is going to help. And if we don't get enough sales tax increase, it's going to push us to an ad valorem vote, basically, to raise up property taxes, and that's pretty much not going to happen. Our biggest push is for a new high school. It is going to take more than a 9.5% sales tax in the long run. We're going to have to, you know, there's going to have to be money come from elsewhere, but it's kind of getting us off to the right start. We feel like the leaders of the city are responsible for some portion of helping our schools. The schools only get so much money from the state and federal for building renovations. It's only like $400,000 a year. It's very minimum compared to like the budgets that our schools operate on. And so we really are just asking the city, give us that other 0.5%. It's not that much more than what you've already proposed, and it's just going to go so much further than what you have in store. We've got plumbing issues, we've got roof issues, we've got small classrooms where overcrowding is becoming an issue. And there have been many studies that we've even found that where a lot of these things directly affect the learning of a child. And you know, when you have a cramped classroom like that, when you have leaky ceilings, you know, when there's a big rain in Guntersville, all the teachers prepare because they know when they come in that there's going to be leaks everywhere in every one of the classrooms. And you know, we're not asking for a whole lot. We're just asking for the improvements to be better for our kids. We've talked about a new high school, and we've talked about these big, you know, rebuilds and renovations, but the other 3 schools in our city need this money now. They have improvements that need to be made now. They have, like I've mentioned, plumbing, roof issues, overcrowding, and you know, if we don't get this 9.5% passed, then we're gonna have to put it up for an ad valorem tax in a special vote, on a special ballot. And that's most likely not going to pass. It's going to be a lot harder to pass a property tax than it is a sales tax increase. And the thing with the sales tax increase, you can see that money very soon, where with a property tax, we won't see that money for probably another year or 2. And so time is of the essence for these schools, and they've been in a state of irrepair for a long time. And we're trying to get these repairs done now so our kids can start reaping the benefits now. There's a work session on April 3rd, and then we're estimating that the vote will be pretty soon after that. We've gotten word around that the council is pretty much adamant about not passing this, and so we've kind of stepped up our efforts. You know, we feel that if the citizens of Guntersville want this to pass, they have to help us. They have to act now. They have to make their voice heard to the city, because obviously it's not getting through to them. We've made these signs here, you know, and put them around Guntersville for people that want to support. We have a new website that we've got up now, futureguntersville.com, and we're just trying to allow the citizens the most ways to get in and join our fight and try to get this passed for our kids. You know, this movement is not just about our kids, it's about the city of Guntersville as a whole. The city has many projects that they want to take on. They just got a recommendation from the rec department for a renovation of the rec department and all of their fields and all of their properties to the tune of almost $8 million. And passing, if we're going to raise the tax, let's make it enough to where we can get things done. You know, the state average, and we said this to her blue in the face, the state average is 9.5% across the board. So we just want to get up to that average. We're just asking for a little bit more from the city, and maybe just budge a little bit for us. There are a few ways that people can help us in our cause. There's a website, it's www.futureguntersville.com. On there you can sign up for one of these, or you can go to the Facebook page, which is I Support 9.5%. You can find it on Facebook and help in that way. And the biggest way to help, and we'll continue to say this, is to email or call your city council member, the person that's in charge of your district. These guys are representatives of what our districts want in the city, and that's the best way to see change.